Hello everyone and welcome to the final 5 races of the Formula Racing Championship season. Well, you might wonder how we're going to host 5 races in just one day, but well, the answer to this question is that we're going to be running the 10% the 10% distance races. So this will be pretty short and pretty chaotic as well. So it will be about 5 to 7 laps each race. And also, to keep you updated on the standings, we did the team's standings right here in the bottom of the screen and the driver standings on the left. But to do that, we had to sacrifice the actual race screen resolution, so it's not really 60 to 9 but rather 4 to 3 resolution for this window. Okay, so what about the qualifying? We're just going to skip it. The points are still the same, 25, 18, 15 and so on. And just to remind yourself, just to remind you all on the final 5 races of the season, I think you could already see what these races are, but still, let's run through the final 5 races, which are Monza, Fuji, which is going to be the first ever race on this track, then Yangon, Kota, another new venue, and Interlagos. So, let's get started. We're going to skip the qualifying, but, well, the grid will be generated automatically. Abovich is on pole, which is a pretty interesting pole sitter. Then we have Max Smither, Adam Hidet, and Santino Andreoli, two Lotus cars. Then Blackwood, Deasley, Army, and Rosetta Martinez on P8, Daniel Fraser P9, Alex Lu on P10. Then we've got Aditya Bagos on P11. What an absolute Aditya Bagos moment this season. Then we've got Rodrigo Jimenez, Andrew J. Paracelsus, Jacob Holoker, the two Caterhams in Q2, Sam Toscan and Livin Pasalic, then Erka Lebanu Kadebus on P17, on P18 is Fernando Dos, pretty poor qualifying compared to his teammate at Monza today. Mitch Rush on P19, on P20 it's Haku Jakaza, on HRT, P21 Nicholas Johansson, and then the other HRT runs up the grid, it's Rain Adam. About the weather, no rain. Are you ready? I hope that you are. So, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It is. Lights out and away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. What a poor start from Abobovic. Max Mitterhead has got much better acceleration from his grid slot. And Santino Andreoli will dive into turn 1, trying to overtake Abobovic. Luckily, they do not collide. Do we have any carnage in the back? Of course we do. The stream is already laggy, even though I'm not in the voice chat. I think I might change something in the graphics after this race. Samitos has got damage. Hakuji Akaza has got damage. Hakuji Hansen is running fine so far. Oh, Bagus has got damage as well. I think it's his front win, but back to the action on track. Daniel Fraser gets past Rosetta Martinez. Armin and Hideta fighting for P6, and Max Miller is currently leading the race. Abouch had a poor start, he's down to third. Yeah, but it's very laggy. I will have to change the frames per second to 20 for the next race. I have some side-by-side battles here. Vucik Armin down the inside on Adam Hidayat. This move worked, unlike the move from Holker and Martinez. And now the FRC driver is sandwiched behind the two Zaubers. He had a really poor corner here, and it's also Alex Luan in this battle for P10. Three-way battle. As we can see, Fraser defending from a Lotus car. Paracelsus into the final corner makes the move. Probably they're still side by side. Luan might make it 3 wide. Never mind, he decides to slow down. He lifts the throttle. The two Williams cars are also going side by side for P17, as well as Pascal and toss for P14, yeah. Still side by side between Paracelsus and Horlicker. Horlicker stays ahead. Paslik is now ahead of Tost. The two drivers who are in the pits right now are Bagos and Jimenez, and also Akaza. We can see 5 positions lost from Hidaya, 2 positions lost for Abovish, who started from pole, 4 positions gained for Jacob Horlicker. Oh, and that's a big one, and also 2 Torosso drivers collide. It's a huge crash, and it's a pile-up. Erika Hanebos, oh, look at all this debris. Look at all this debris. Goodness me. What's happened there? Paracelsus misjudged the corner, crashed into the first India, and then he's been hit from the back by Alex Luan. Then Erika, his teammate tried to avoid the contact, but was hit in the back by teammate. There was also Little Pasak trying to avoid the contact, but he also gets some... No, he gets no damage to the front wing, luckily enough. Adam is on P11, and oh, tossed. Holker's definitely out. Oh. Careful, careful. Now Paracelsus has got damage. I think his rear wing was already broken.
Watch out for debris.
And look at this car just sitting almost in the middle of the track. Well, what about... Oh! You got more damaged cars. It's Jimenez now. Oscar, you have to be careful, but I think that now the track is cleared. Oh! Ho ho ho! It's very dangerous. Anyways, back to the front of the pack. What do we have here? We have Adam and Paslik fighting for P10. Korean flag. Rain Adam might score more points for HRT. They already have 25 points in the bank. Might make it 26. Down the inside, a pretty good move. And from P22 to P10 for Rain Adam. Some drivers are coming into pits. Oh, Sam Toscan has a bad acceleration. Maybe he was held up by a Force Indy. Yes, he was. So drivers in the pits are Jimenez, Paracelsus, and that's it, I think. Smitler will be starting lap number 4 soon. He's got a 1.6 second advantage over Santiandrelli in second. And probably Blackwood will challenge the Russian driver for P3. It's lap 4 now. Maximeter crosses the line, just 2 more laps remaining in this Italian Grand Prix. Paslik is falling back. They can't match Rain's speed around this track. Well, just 2 corners separate Maximeter and Andrew Parcells. Parcells is not pitting, or is it just a bug? I think it is a bug. About the fastest laps, not really a big deal, but Max Mittler is really good. With a lap of 122.241, he's looking for an improvement. He's improving by 600ths at the moment. What about Vucik Armin? With Jimenez, oh, Jimenez has been lapped, and funnily enough, he hasn't got a single clean lap. So it's going to be his first one, I think, just in lap 4. For him it's lap 3, but still. It's going to be the final lap of the race as Max Mittler crosses the line. Time for Jimenez, 149.4. Of course, it was not a clean lap. What about Vucik Armin? Just curious about his lap time. Okay, 120.272. It really shows in a pretty weird line into this corner. And I wonder what's happened to Tilsley. Is this slowed down by Jimenez? You're just trying to overtake him, but it was the worst ever spot on this track to overtake a lapped car. You can see he's lost about 3 seconds because of this. Also about the anthems of the winner, will not be listening to them. Of course, you would ask why. Of course, you would like to listen to the Welsh and the Italian anthems, but it doesn't really make sense to spend 4 minutes to listen to the anthems after the race that lasted 5 minutes. I hope that you agree with me and understand my point, as Max Mittler comes home to win the Italian Grand Prix, and of course the Tifosi are going to be happy about this result. Max Mittler wins, Santiandrelli comes second, Vovic completes the podium as he finishes on third. Blackwood P4, then TLC, Fraser and Hidden go side by side, but of course, if the finish line was after turn 1, then Hidden would have got it, but he is on P7, Martinez P8, Bushkar on P9, and Ray Nadam, it's another point for HRT. Peel and Paslik, then Johansson, Rushton, Tost, Bagus, Akazas, Oscar, and Paracelsus. Actually, did I count Jimenez in the top 10 because... look, he's on P19 and he's the only lap driver. I'm curious about his lap time. Well, it was not the slowest. It's on P19 in these fastest lap standings. Again, congratulations to Max. Yes, after this race I'd like to take a short break to do the standings, of course, just to keep them up to date on your screen. race is over. Again, I'll scroll through the race results, just in case you want to check them one more time. Fastest laps, this is how things look like. Anyway, we'll see in about 5 or 10 minutes for the next race. So, see you then, I guess. Alright, we're back, and as you can see, the settings are now updated. The only actual change in the driver's order was that Fraser is now ahead of Bagus. He's up to P9. And also I kind of forgot about the points for the fastest lap. When thinking about... Actually, no, never mind. I think I didn't say anything about the fastest laps. So now there are only 104 points remaining, and so it's only top 7 that can clinch the title from Tilsley, who is now leading in the standings by 35 points. But now here is the starting grid for first race at Fuji. Max Miller gets the pole position. He is looking to win the second race in a row. Jafar Blackwood second, then we've got Tilsley. Bagus actually finally decent qualifying for him. Then the two Lotuses starting on the same row again. P7 is Holker, then Armin. P9 Abovic, who is starting right ahead of Alex Luan. P11 Hanebusa, then we've got Jimenez, Martinez, Fraser, Oskan Tost, Litmin Pasalik, Andrew Paracelsus, Benji Rushton, Nicholas Johansson, Rain Adam, and Hako Jakaza. No rain, and let's expect some carnage into turn 1. If you could notice the glitch with the textures in Monza, you'll definitely notice it now. 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's go, go, go for the Japanese Grand Prix now in 20 frames per second. How beautiful these graphics are, and how good this frame rate is. Max Miller goes into turn 1, down the inside. Is it going to be a clean start? Of course not. We've already got yellow flags and it's Andrew Paracelsus out of the race. Luckily no one spins into turn 1. Smithler is now pulling away from Blackwood and Tilsley. Oh, Luan has got damage. Luan has got damage. Now he's overtaken by Abovic. Abovic gets the position back from the Toro Rosso driver. Look at them going 3 wide. Vucci Carmen has got damage to his rear wing as well. What a chaotic start. We might take a look at the replay now, after lap 1 is over. Look at this battle. We got another yellow flag actually, and who might it be? It's Luan and Fraser. It's Luan and Fraser. It was a huge accident. Yeah, it's time to take a look at the start again. Should we be looking at probably Alex Luan? I'm curious where he's got the damage. Did he hit Vucci Carmen? Yes, he did. Oh, Abovic was pushing Jimenez. It was very close between the two. I'm also really curious about what's happened to Paracelsus. He hit a Caterham, and now, and after that, received by Hako Jakaza. Let's see if there will be any more drivers with damage. Here's Fraser. What's happened to him? He's overtaking everyone. Oh! And he sent the Toro Rosso flying, ripping the car in pieces. Wow. What's happened to Alex? Oh! Surely he didn't expect the McLaren, and he decided to close the door. That looked very scary. We might also take a look at this incident from on board of a Caterham car. Ho ho ho. He was almost hit by this car.
Watch out for debris.
Okay, 6 laps to go. Looks like only the top 6 has some chances of winning this race. Abolish was probably held up by the damaged cars, so he's down to P8. Look at how long this yellow flag section is. I think it's sector 2, but I might be wrong. Here we have Armin in the pits, Akaza in the pits, and this is it. Only 19 drivers remaining in this race. Unfortunately, it will be some poor points for Armin in these 2 races at Monza and at Fuji. Oh, Smeedler is defended from Jafari, and we still don't know who's going to win this race. But yeah, about Fuji Armin, he should only P9 in Monza, and now he's going to reach outside the points. He's in P18 right now. But it looks like the Ferrari engine is much faster than the Mercedes. As you could see at Monza, Jafari just had no speed at all, but right now he has the fastest lap of the race. Ooh! Jake Teasley and Andreoli as well. Look at that! Bagos is trying to rejoin the track. But hopefully he does it safely. He waits for all the cars to come through when he almost hits a Marshall. Did he actually hit him? What's happened here? Oh, they just bang wheels and then Bagos is spun by Tealsley. Yes, it is Tealsley. No way this move could work. And I wonder what's happened to Andreoli as well. Was it the same thing? Yes, it was, but this time it was with his own teammate. But, well, Hideth was fine. And he's up to P3 now, with such a dirty move on his teammate. And the team principal will definitely not be happy with this one. But, well, you can always say that for Hideth these points are more important because he's on P2 in the standings. Well, Andreoli is on P5. Well, I guess this counts as an excuse, but still, P3 for him, Holker P4, then Abosh is up to P5, Martinez P6, then Jimenez, Hanebusa, Pasalic on P9. It can be double points for Caterham, but of course I didn't want to jinx them. As I always do. Okay, we have 5 laps to go, less than 5 laps. And Blackwood still has a real chance of winning this race. He was faster than Smeedler on lap 2. Will he be faster on lap 3? 170.1. No, he was slower by 4 hundredths of a second. It is a really interesting one. Blackwood is on P2 right now. In the standings is P3 with 147 points, with Hidayat on 149. Blackwood dives into the corner and now he is in the lead. Jafari Blackwood, a new race leader. It doesn't look like Max Mitter will win 2 races in a row today. And now Jafari will definitely try to have a bigger advantage over the Ferrari driver. Yes, he is in the lead, and he has the fastest lap. It's 26 points for him. But as I was saying, um, when Blackwood was on second in this race, he was ahead of Hidayat by 2 points in the standings, but now, of course, it is not 2 points, but 9. He is also gaining on Tearsley, who is not even in the top 10, and I think yes, he retired. He retired, and the bottom of the championship is really heating up. As well, Hidayat is on P3, Blackwood is on P1. Armin, I think he already bottled his chances. His real chances, not the theoretical ones. For Smeedler, I can't say that it's all over for him. He still has a chance. So, from 35 points advantage for Jake Tearsley to just 9. It'll be 9, or not 9, wait. 11. Yeah, it will be 11 points between him and Blackwood. Yes, they will be heading into the Korean round of the World Championship. Lap 6 out of 7. Looks like nothing but some kind of a mechanical failure can stop Jafari Blackwood today in this race. We might see Abovich trying to overtake Jacob Horlicker on lap 6 or 7. He's not a real title contender, but still, some points could be very important for him. Also about Caterham, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, they have 3 points, Williams have 6 points, and after this round of the championship, if things stand the same way, the two teams will be tied in the standings. Now the two drivers, Holker and Nabovic, are completing the final sector, which can be it can be said that it is the most technical part of the track. And now let's just hope that Abovich doesn't dive into turn 1. Well, there is enough distance between them, so I'm sure that Abovich will not do that. Final lap, and Jafar Blackwood still has the fastest lap of this race, which makes it 26 points for him. Also, I think that for these 5 races, there are some changes to the liveries for Tarosso and for McLaren. Abovich is right at the back of FRC India. I think he locked up here a little bit, but I might be wrong, of course. But now back to the race leader, Jafari Blackwood. After this race, he'll move up into the second spot in the driver standings. And now, maybe he will win the championship. Who knows? Jafari Blackwood comes home with a victory. Max Mittler could have been a win, but still P2 is not bad. He's at P3. Holker P4, he holds on to his 4th position in this race.
Well done. We're in the point.
If there was one more lap, Abovich would definitely go for a move into turn 1 and it would not end well. But fortunately we have just 7 laps and not 8. Martinez P6, Jimenez P7, Anebus P8, Paslik and Oskan P9 and P10. Fernando Tost barely misses out on the points. Then we have Johansson, Rushton, Bagus, Adam, Vucci Carmen, who can already say goodbye to his chances of winning the championship, and finishing last today is Ako Jagaza on P17. trolling through the standings again. I've got 5 retirements. And for the fastest lap, of course, it goes to Jafari Blackwood. So see you again in a couple of minutes. Okay, so we're back. Now it is round 14, and as you can see in the standings, yes, indeed, the gap between Tilsley and Blackwood in the championship is just 11 points. 20 points is the gap between Tilsley and Hidayat. So it is 78 points on the board. And top 6 can still win the title. Now it's above each out of the contention. Also, yes, these were some tough weekends for Toro Rosso, and from 6 points, the gap in the battle for P6 is now just 2, as Sauber is rapidly catching up to the Italian team in the standings. But enough of that. We can talk about the standings during the loading screen. Bagos has finally got a pole position, and he can achieve a good result today at Yeongam. On P2 and P3 are two Ferrari drivers, Smither and Armin. Of course, Ferrari is fighting for the Constructor Championship. These can be some crucial points for them. Hidayat on P4, Blackwood P5. Look at this, the Red Bull, the best Red Bull driver in the qualifying was JTSC, and he's starting from P6. P6. And Aboish is on P10. Absolutely amazing. Fernando Toss P7, Alex Lone P8, Andrew Parcells P9. I already said that Aboish is P10. Then Horliker, Andreoli, Hanebusa, Rodrigo Jimenez, Summit Oscar, Jose Martinez, Benji Rushton, Fraser, Adam Akazel, Litmin Paslik, and Nicholas Johansson will be starting last. No rain once again. So, about the standings, well, the track is loaded in. There were some changes in the driver's order. So, first of all, it is Blackwood who takes the lead. No, not really a lead, who moves up to second in the standings. Also, Smithler takes Andreoli for P5. Martinez, after a great performance, he overtakes both Fraser and Bagus, and for P11 he moves up into P9. And finally it's Jacob Horlicker. After P4 he overtakes both Hanebus and Adam for P14. Well, this is pretty much it, and now let's just wait for the track to load. But also, Red Bull, Lotus, the Gabas, 10 points. So this race is going to be an interesting one. There's 5 red lights and we go green at South Korea. Side by side go the two teammates at Ferrari. They better not crash into each other. Oh no, look at the carnage! It's the Red Bull! It's the Red Bull! Who is it? Is it... Oh, it's Abovich! Abovich is out! Abovich is out. It causes a massive pile-up, which allows Hanebus to move up into P11, but just for mere seconds after she crashes into the wheel of Abovich, who's ripped off from his car. Bagus is still in the lead. We got no carnage into this corner. Oh, maybe not. No, I jinxed it. Fraser absolutely eats Jacob Horlicker, who is out of the race after P4 last time at Fuji. Now he's out. And, well, of course, the pile-up. Now Hakujakasa is out as well. And there's one more driver. Which is Rosetta Martinez. We'll take a look at all this later. Now we have 3 separate packs. No, another driver is out. It's Rushton. He's been hit by Rain Adam. Or maybe it was his own fault. Anyway, Armin does not want to give up on this championship. 3 yellow flags in the start of the track. I think it's Sector 1 and Sector 2. Definitely not Sector 3. Oscar is up to P11. Now let's take a look at the bowling into turn 1. Abolish came like a torpedo here, but... Oh! Don't tell me it was him. It was her, sorry. Erika Hanebusa. And after that, she's got her cash back. Oh, look at all this chaos. Oscar barely avoids it. Jimenez was also trying to get through. Took the inside and it was very close. Ooh. What's happened to Rosetta? Well, Akaza just decided to kill his car on his own. Now about Horlicker and Fraser. It was 3 wide. Ooh. But peace was never an option. What about Rushton? Was it Rushton actually? Yes, it was. Oh, there was a wheel! There was a wheel! Where was it from? It was just in the middle of the track. Oh, this impact at nearly 300 kilometers per hour. Was it? How did it get there? Was it from Horlicker's car? Was it really from his car?
Watch out for debris.
No, it wasn't. How could it be? Well, I'm just curious. So, this is the crash, and yes, the wheel was sent flying. It was unseen here, but when... Oh, it was already here, what? Teleporting wheels? Interesting. Here just stops, I think. Yep,
Watch out for
keeps bouncing. Here comes Benji Rushton. I think there was another crash. No, there wasn't. It was the last one. You can see a boyish scar still there. Dils is only on P6. He had a great advantage in the standings, but now this advantage is just melting. Melting after each race. It's going to be Buggers' first win this season. For the 2011 World Champion. Of course, if he finishes this race. If he finishes it on P1. And look at that, and once again, Caterham is on P10. And these two are battling not just for P10 in this race, but for P10 in the standings. The two teams, Caterham and Williams, have same amount of points after round 13. And who will take this P10? Will Williams keep it, or will Caterham get this position in the team's championship? Win is a battle for a win if we have this beauty. Nope, nothing is happening at the front, but we have a battle at the back, or I think it's better to say in the midfield. Still yellow flags all around Sector 1. I think Johansson will send it into turn 2, or is it turn 3? I don't know. No, he won't. Still not close enough to the Caterham. And there are yellow flags anyway. Andrelli and Oskan were the two drivers in the top 10 who gained the most positions in the first 2.5 laps. They gained 5 positions each. And the rest can be seen on your screens. Green flags all over the track. Will Johansson make the move? This is the question. There's also Tilsley, who is trying to move through the field. He's trying to build some ground. And if he wants to keep his title hopes up, he has to overtake Adam Hidayat. three main contenders on P4, P5 and P6. So right now, the gap between Tilsley and Blackwood would be just 7 points. Nicholas Johansson, look at how close he was to this outside wall. Well, I was too optimistic about this battle of P10 because literally nothing is happening. Also, I think it is the calmest race of the day so far. Well, there were 3 crashes on lap 1, but this is it. No overtakes, no pit stops, nothing. Of course, there are, I think, 3 long straights on this track, but still, they don't really help the drivers to use the slipstream and to move through the field. Okay, let's take a look at the fastest laps. Aditya Bagos, look at this man, who is currently the fastest on the track and in the both fastest lap times and the current race results standings. The second fastest man is Fuji Carmin, then it's Andreoli, Max Smithler and Jafari Blackwood. Bagos goes through the final sector. And into this tricky final section. It's very important not to lose the control of the car in the final corners. Do you have any improvements on the personal best times? Not yet. Everyone is losing time in Sector 3. Which is pretty interesting. Maybe Fraser can do something. He has the 8th fastest lap time. Never mind. Okay, back to the leader. And back to Aditya Bakus. The Indonesian is going to win the Korean Grand Prix. In 2011, the race winner was Yuri Gabriel. In 2012, the winner was Adam Hidayat. And in 2013, it is going to be another Indonesian, this time Aditya Bagus. Ishkarmin will come second, and his teammate Max Mittler third. I think it's going to be enough for them to take the lead in the Constructors' Championship, but of course it's just my guess, as Bagos completes the final corner of this Korean Grand Prix to become its winner. Congratulations! His first win of the season in round 14.
Fantastic
His teammate is P4.
Well done. We're in the point.
Tuesday wasn't able to do
Well done.
anything
We're in the point.
with Hidayat or Blackwood. So let's run through the results again. Bagus, Armin, Smitla, Blackwood, Hidayat, Tilsley, Andreoli, Tost, Luan, Samet Oskan allows Caterham to move up into P10 in the team's championship. What a great achievement it is for the team. Well done, Caterham. P11 Niklas Johansson, they'll be really disappointed to miss out on P10 in the standings. I feel really sad about them, but of course there are 2 more races to complete, so just don't give up, and I wish the 2 teams good luck in their battle for P10 in the standings. P11 Johansson, then Pasalic, Adam, Fraser, Paracels, Jimenez, and the rest of the field just retired. The rest of the field is just 6 cars, and these drivers are scrolling. These drivers are Rushton, Horlicker, Hanebusaka, Zabovic, and Martinez. For the fastest laps, it goes to Bagus. Well done, 26 points for him. So again, see you in 5 or 10 minutes. It's time, guys. We're going to America. Yeah! So, Adam Hidayat takes the pole position for the first ever United States Grand Prix. Approach comes second, then it's Steelsley. Will be right behind his title contender, but in front of who? It's Steelsley, Blackwood, and Hidayat. Hidayat P1, Steelsley P3, Blackwood P10. Oh, this is a poor qualifying performance for him. Before Smitler, P5 Paracelsus, great job. Then we have Andreoli, Hanebusa, Armin, Martinez, P10 Blackwood. Then his teammate Bagos P11 after a win at Yeongam. He gets P1 again, but this time among the eliminated drivers from Q2. P12 Fernand Tost, then Jimenez, Oskan, Fraser, Luan, Rushton, Horliker, Adam, Johansson, Pasalik, and Akaze starting last. No rain. So once again, let's take a look at the standings and how they look like with 2 rounds to go. We have 52 points still up for grabs, and it's 4 drivers who can still win this thing. It's Tuesday, it's Blackwood, it's Heathead, and it's Armin. But of course, we've never seen the FRC season being won with 1 race, with 2 races to go. Oh, before the final race, that's what I mean. So let's see. The gap between Tilsley and Blackwood is now 7 points, and it is, I think, 18. I think it's 18 points between Heathead and Tilsley. And also 38 points between Armin and Jake. And now let's pay our attention to the team's championship. Red Bull has 291 points, Lotus has 289, and Ferrari has 288. Look at how close it all is. And of course, P10, Caterham, great job for them. Great achievement. They've got. Okay. I can talk through the rest of the changes in the driver standings later, but for now, we're going green in America with 5 red lights going off. There's a good start from Hidayat, I must say. It was much better than for Bobovic. Will he be overtaken by his teammate Tilsley? Round outside. What? Excuse me? I think there was some debris. It really looked like something from a Red Bull car, but there's no damage to it. Is Martinez? Yes, it is Martinez. It is Martinez. Wow, it is Martinez. And as I was talking about the debris that looked like from a Red Bull car, I was like 50% correct, because it was Toro Rosso, and it's Erika Hanebusa out of the contention for some good points today. Well, so looking good for Red Bull. They'll be still leading the championship, the Constructor Championship as things stand, because for Lotus, their drivers are on P1, P5, for Ferrari, they're on P4 and P6. Fraser is trying to move through the field to score some points for McLaren. Actually, no, it's not the first. It's not the first United States Grand Prix. I'm so stupid, I forgot about 2012. And as I said, that Fraser wants to score some points. Never mind. Oh, you're being too harsh on yourself, Nicholas. Why did you do that? He wants to retire, but he can't. Hey, no, don't do that, no!
Watch out for debris.
A maniac. Okay, back to the start of the race. With lights all the highest in Erika Hanebusa. Oh, and she's been hit. Hit from behind. It was Rosetta Martinez. What a dirty way to try and get the P6 in the standings for Sauber. But you forgot about one thing, that you can get damage too. Now, I think it was another collision. It was Getting Pasalik crashed into the first India of... Who exactly it was? It was Johansson. Wait, Horliker. I mean Horliker. Of course it was Horliker. Now, back to Daniel Fraser. He's trying to overtake Alex Luan for P13. Nicholas Johansson. What's happened to him? Oh, hoo, 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 hoo. And then he was too frustrated and decided to crash into the wall. but he hasn't even got
Watch
any
out for
damage,
debris.
which is actually pretty weird. 3 wide. Paracels then was hit by McLaren. He really had no idea where to go because he was a slow car. He was supposed
Watch
to
out for
let
debris.
others pass him, but well, also, what was he doing? What was Nicholas Johansson doing there? Well, at least he has no damage, which is good, I think. The top 3 is still the same. He did Tilsley Abovich. Nothing happened. Um, during the second half of the first lap. Caterham doing so well in these final races. Simon Toscan can score some points again. He's on P11. Abovich is looking for an overtake on his teammate. Of course it will not be too good for Jake, because he is the one fighting for the championship, not Aboba, but we can see them go side by side. I mean, you can overtake him, but just don't crash him out. No, he can't overtake him. What an idiot. Daniel Fraser Paint Simulator 2023. That was a good one. I wonder if the stream is working, because I think I've had some problems with the internet. Well, OBS says that it's running fine, so I guess I'll trust it. Six positions gained for Rodrigo Jimenez. Good comeback for the Brazilian driver. Avosh definitely tries to overtake his teammate. It is really useless, but he just wants to. Also, I just wanted to review the current driver standings again, since there are not so many battles going on, except for this one, so I'll just do it real quick. And after the win at South Korea, Bagus moves from P11 to P8, as he passes 3 other drivers in the standings. And just one more change is that Oscar overtakes Benji Russian for P21 for after scoring his 3rd point in the championship. Three laps to go. Well, I really don't know which battle to spectate right now, for P11 or for P2, but I think that the battle for P11 is more important. Somehow. Can't really say why, but I just think that way. I'm just tracking the minimap. There is still a gap between Tilsley and Aboish, so maybe we can take a look at this battle a little bit later. Just for the sake of these drivers from the midfield teams. It's getting pretty close between P2 and P5, but okay, let's take just a glance at it. No, Aboish is too far behind. Back to the battle of Titans for P11. It is Samet Oskan and Alex Luon. Just look at how well they are racing. this is a pretty good battle. You can see them trying to use different lines into the corners, trying to do some experiments while still racing hard and battling for P11. Well, of course it's not a P10, but still, a P11. It's like P10, but one position down. Two laps to go. The Red Bull drivers still can't figure it out as of who should be second. Yep, Aboish is just too far away from Tilsley. Can't do anything, but I think he's getting close in the fast corners. The high-speed corners he's definitely faster, but I think Jake is just... well, he's not so easy to beat. Hidayat has a 3-second advantage over the two Red Bull cars. He's dominating this race. He's got a pole. Got a pole position and... oh! What is it? Luan! Alex, what's happened to you? What's happened to you? Was it a mistake? I think it was. Or maybe it's just... yes, it was a mistake. It actually was. Oh yeah. Oversteering to this corner, plus locking the brakes, is not too good for his car and his tires condition. Oh, look at how fast Jacob Holliker is. We try to go for a move on Ray and Adam. Ray closes the door and they crash. They crash. Ray and Adam is out of the race, as well as the FRC of Jacob Holliker. Holliker retires for the second time in a row. Goodness me, what a crash it was. Yeah, the HRT driver really shouldn't have closed that door, as the two drivers are out. Which allows Kujakaza to move up into P13. So instead of one HRT driver, it will be another one, will be on the 13th position in this race. Final lap. Bobovic still has the DRS, but he can use. He's trying to battle Jake Tilsley. Now let's try to calculate the standings real quick. Hidayat. No, Hidayat will not have the fastest lap because this point will go to Vuchkarmin if nobody improves. So Hidayat, it was, I think it will be 18 points between Tilsley and Hidayat, but between Blackwood. Where's Blackwood? Blackwood is on P9. Wow, it's a huge hit for him. Tilsley is going to gain 16 points on him. That means Hidayat will move up into second in the standings. So it will be 23 points between Tilsley and Blackwood. They come into the final race of the season. No, the battle is not over yet. It will be all decided at Brazil, at Interlagos. But for now, Hidayat has to enjoy his win at Kota. Crosses the line, and yes, it is P1. Tilsley P2, Abosh P3, then Smither, Andrelli, Armin, Jimenez, Bagus, Blackwood, and Tost. They have Oskan, Alex Luan, Akaza, Rushton, Johansson, Hanebusa, Martinez, and Litmin Pasalik will finish the race last. Yes, which Carmen gets the additional point for the fastest lap. Fastest lap of 137.358. which is 2/10 quicker than the personal best from Adam Hidayat, the race winner. The race is finally over. Now the final race results. This is how they look like. And again, the drivers who retired in this race are Horlicker, Adam, Parcells and Fraser. And just this is the top 6 of the fastest laps in this race. So see you again in a really short time for the season finale, as always at Interlagos. It is time to start the final race of the season, but of course not in Austin because I'm an idiot. Give me one more second, please. I apologize for making you wait so long. I think it was about 15 minutes, but anyway, it's time to start the final race of the season. Well, the races at Interlagos might not be, well, the short races at Interlagos might not be as interesting as the long one, but still, it is Interlagos. Abovic starts from pole with Aditya Bago starting second. Then we've got Jafari Blackwood on third, Armin fourth, Hidayat fifth, Jose Martinez sixth, then Smitler, Santiago Leluan, and Jake Teasley only on P10. Only on P10. Just look at where everyone else is. Adam Hidayat is 11 points behind the Red Bull driver on P5. And Black to P3. Okay, looking down the rest of the grid, it is Horlicker P11, Parcells P12, Fernandes P13, Hanebus P14, then Oskan, Johansson, Fraser, well, as Alex Lowen said in the chat, Daniel Fraser Paint Simulator 2023. Rain Adam P18, Roderick Jimenez P19, Hakujak is a P20, and then Benji Rushton and Litman Paslik starting from the last row of this grid in today's race. Again, no rain. It was really surprising to see. And okay, let's take a look at the standings now. There were just two changes. Hidayat overtook Blackwood for P2 and Jimenez overtook Luan for P12. Well, apart from that, this is it. And also Red Bull and Lotus both have 324 points, so every point will count today. Every single position, even the fastest lap, can make you the world champion. Well, both drivers and team standings. So let's see. It will be TLC with 3 wins at Australia and 2 wins in a row at Bahrain and at European Grand Prix in Istanbul Park. For Hidayat, it's also 3 wins at Spain, Belgium and US. And for Blackwood, it's also 3 wins at Malaysia, Hungary and Japan. Who will be the world champion after this race? We'll have to find out after 7 laps of racing here at Brazil. 5 lights go off and we are starting the race. Abovic had a good start, but now let's have an onboard with Jafari Blackwood. Jafari Blackwood had the best qualifying out of all 3 drivers, still fighting for the championship. Jafari Blackwood into turn 2, he's down to 4th now, but here comes Adam Hidayat. These points will be crucial for him if he overtakes Jafari Blackwood. These points will be very important because he is the one who is challenging Jake Teasley, who is still on P10. Still on P10. And as Hidayat moves up into P4, the gap was 11 points, but now the 2 drivers are tied. The 2 drivers are tied in points. It's really interesting to see. TLC is up to P9 now. TLC is up to P9. He overtook Alex Luan, who's got damage. Alex Luan's got damage, and who is out? Who is out? Who's out? Seriously, who is out? It's Smitler. Smitler is out. Was there a contact between the two? Between Smitler and Luan, but it still puts Jake Teasley into the championship winning position. And now Adam Hidayat has to get the fastest lap as well. Or maybe he can try to overtake Vucci Carmin. There is always an option between for Adam Hidayat. So, or he can get both. There is a yellow flag. Hakuchi Akaza. Hakuchi Akaza is also out of the race. We'll take a look at the replay later. Jake Teasley, he has to gain 2 seconds on Jacob Horlicker if he wants to get the P8. Rain Adam is in the pits, but now let's take a look at the start. Let's take a look at what's happened between... Okay, let's watch Jake Teasley's replay. First, he was overtaken by Jacob Horlicker, but coming to turn 1, Jake Teasley had the inside. Also, almost managed to overtake Alex Luan here, but I think there was a collision between the two, between Smith and Luan. Let's see. Or maybe it was later. Maybe it was. No, it was right here, right now. And this is why TLC has so much time to Horlicker. This is it. Also, to see what's happened to Hakuji. And oh no, not this man again. Adam Hiriat tries to make the move. Oh, they almost crash. They almost crash. It was really close. Really close between the two drivers who are fighting for the podium. And now Hiriat is 1 second behind Vucic. He has to gain all this time back. But there is also Jafari Blackwood right behind the Lotus driver. You have to be really careful. Or maybe it will be Jafari Blackwood who will get the P3, who knows. But for now, let's take a look back at Jake Teasley. Already 2 tenths faster than Horlicker in Sector 1. Let's see what is going to happen in Sector 2, but of course we still have to take a look at the battle for third. And 1.3, half of a second gained. 5 tenths of a second faster. Hidayat, 0.6 separate Armin and Hidayat. Five laps to go. This is enough. This is enough time to have a championship battle until the final lap, until the final corner. But we shall see. We shall see. Blackwood has lost 2 positions. He started from P3. We remember that. Andreoli moves up into P6. And of course, if someone in the top 10, I mean actually in top 8, crashes or retires, this will allow Teasley to have a better chance of winning the championship. That's not what Blackwood wants. That's not what Hidayat wants. But this is what will help Jake Teasley to defend his leading position in the championship in this final race of the season. But also let's not forget about the team's championship, about the constructors' championship. Well, of course I don't have enough time to calculate all this with just 7 laps in this race, but I'll try. So, Aposh is on P1, his teammate Teasley is on P9. For Mercedes it is Bagus P2 and Blackwood P5, and for Lotus it is Hidayat P4 and Andreoli P6. So, Red Bull are not looking very strong in this battle for the championship, for the Constructors' Championship. Hidayat is losing time to Armin now. He's losing a lot of time. 0.8. Yeah, the gaps are starting to form in this part of the race. It's 4 laps to go now. Teasley is right at the back of Horlicker. He can already secure the title if he overtakes Horlicker, but there will also be Rosetta Martinez right ahead of the Swiss drivers, so this will make things even easier for Jake. As for the fastest lap, it is Jake Teasley with the fastest lap. Let's take a look from the rear wing of Jacob Horlicker as the Red Bull driver, gaining a lot of speed, doesn't make it into turn 1, but there is always a straight after the Senna S's. This is where Jake can overtake, or he can crash into the Force India car. There we go. Look at the advantage, about 5 kilometers per hour. Jacob Horlicker blocks Jake Teasley, blocks him very aggressively. 3 laps to go, but it is still enough for Jake to win the title. But now he just has to hope that Adam does not overtake Armin. Jake Teasley will have another go in Sector 3, I think, on Jacob. Jake Teasley is still with the fastest lap while his teammate crosses the line to start lap number 6 out of 7. 2 laps to go. Jake Teasley will try to go for it into turn 1 now. He's much closer than a lap before. No, still not enough. Not enough. To turn 2, into turn 3, and now the long straight before turn 4. Will Horlicker be as aggressive as a lap before? Now he leaves enough space for the British driver, who moves up into P8. What a good move. Well, now Martinez is not... Now TLC is not as close to Martinez as he used to be before he got blocked by Holker, but well, there's still enough time for him to try and overtake. One and a half laps are still remaining in this race. And it is also crucial because they are fighting for the Constructors title. So I'll try to calculate things real quick. It will be 30 points for Red Bull. The second team in the standings is Lotus. And it will be only 20 points for them. So Red Bull are currently leading the championship. But let's also don't forget about Ferrari. They're not so close, but 15 points behind Red Bull. Ferrari are 15 points behind Red Bull. It is 15 points for Armin. And nothing for Smeetler. I think Smeetler is out. Yes, he is. Of course he is out. Now we're just looking at Abobovich, but now... Okay, hit at P4, Blackwood P5. I think that the title is secured for both Red Bull and Jake Tilsley. I'm sorry. Abovich is going to win the race. Most importantly, Red Bull are going to win the Constructor Championship. And even more importantly, Abovich's teammate Jake Tilsley is going to become the 2013 FRC World Champion. 4 seasons, 4 different champions. First it was Abovich, then it was Bagus, then it was Smeetler, and now it is Jake Tilsley. Congratulations to him. Fortunately, I don't have any graphics for his for the fact that he won the championship that I can show like on the stream, but still, congratulations. Well, Hidayat can be really disappointed with this result, but it is P2, and he can still fight for the championship next season, if there will be one. Because I still don't know if there will be 2014 season or not. I hope there will be. I hope that I'll have enough time to host it. Oh, what's happened there? I guess we'll never know. Abolish won the race, Bagus came second, Armin third, then we got Hidayat, Blackwood, Andrelli Martinez, and the World Championship boy, Jake Tilsley on P8, Holker P9, Parcells P10, Anembus Toss, Johansson, Oscar, Pasali, Rushton, Jimenez, Fraser, Lon, and Adam, and the 2 retired drivers are Haushi Akaza and Max Smeetler. For the fastest lap, it goes to Jake. Well, I think we can finally listen to the ends now. No, never mind. I don't really know how to round up these streams, so let's listen to the anthems of the world champions. Why not? Well, I wish I could use the Austrian anthem, but I guess we'll get copyrighted thanks to whoever copyrights every single video of ours where Red Bull wins, but whatever, I'll play it anyway. Thank you everyone for watching us throughout the entire season and tuning in for the live streams, or if you just check the standings every week. I still appreciate it. Anyways, the season was over, and yeah, just show it to you. Yeah, Red Bull, the constructors champions. Again, I don't know if there will be the 2014 season, but for now, this is it. Your commentator today was Pro, who's your host as well, and I hope that you like this season finale, and see you next time, of course, if there will be one. Goodbye.